Okay, so good day, Sir Krishna. So here we are, Arin, Risa, Rani, and Ivani are going to explain about Implicature. Next slide. So this is what we are going to explain in our analysis. Next slide. First one, why teachers should learn Implicature. So the study of conversational Implicature is important to help the students and the teachers to understand the utterances more easily that have implied meaning during the teaching and learning process. Next slide.
I'll explain about the speech act. So Implicature is part of speech act. Speech act occur every day in talk in every society with various range and expressiveness. For second language learners, it is important to know which speech act are different in the first target language, how they are different, and how appropriate thing to say. Illiterate acts are also important in communication to express an idea of assertion, which promotes particular types of action like stating, questioning, requesting, commanding, and reasoning. So implicature denotes either the act of meaning of implying one thing by saying something else, or object of that act. Implicatures can be determined by sentence meaning or by conversational context and can be conventional or in different senses or unconventional. Figure of speech such as metaphor, irony provide similar examples, as do loose and use and damning with faint praise. That is one of the examples. So the goals of implicature have variety goals, which is communication, maintaining good social relation, misleading without lying, style, and verbal efficiency. Knowledge of common forms of implicature is acquired along with the one native language. Conversational implicature have become one of principal subject of pragmatics, an important conceptual and methodological issue in semantics is how to distinguish the senses and elements from generalized conversational from the implicature. Next, we have the speaker implicature. This was the first technical study case in which speaker means differs from what sentence used by the speaker means from Greece in 1913 until 1988. It implicates illocutionary speech act, something done by uttering words by outstanding. So, which meant that the speaker is speaking, but she implement something else. He meaning something else. Next will be explained by Tiffany.
Thank you, Clarissa, for the time. I will explain about the pragmatics and semantics. So, the first is pragmatics. According to Charles Morris, pragmatics is studying the relationship between the linguistic science and their users, including the context. So, it is about what is the text say in the context, while the semantic is studying the relations between linguistic science and the object they denote or refer to, comprehensions of the intended meaning of science. So it is more like what is communicated instead of discussing about the context or the understanding of the what it is said. Moreover, the semantics rely on the meaning of words without relation to other matters, context outside language, whereas the pragmatics rely on the meaning in words, but also emphasis more on the context of utterance. While next will be explained by my friend.
Okay, so in Implicature, we have cooperative principle. So what it means by a cooperative principle? So in cooperative principle, in order for a person to interpret or understanding what someone else says, so this cooperative principle will always be in operation. So what it means by cooperative principle? Would you please next? So we believe that in cooperative principle, there are three things that is included. So what needs to be said and what is the appropriate point of the direction of this the conversation and the reason why the conversation is happening. And then we go to the maxims. in maxims, we have four. We have four maxims under cooperative principle. So here you can see quality, quantity, relation, manner. So basically in quality, it's actually the maxim that make the conversational contribution truthful. So it is not what is false, and it has adequate evidence. And then the maxim of quantity. So in this maxim means that the conversational is not less informative, and it is not more informative. So it is enough. And the maxim of relation. So in a conversation, it should be relevant. I mean, so and then the last one is maxims of manner, which means that anything that happen in a conversation should avoid ambiguity or obscurity and be brief and all orderly. Okay, then next will be explained by my friend.
So here it is, the types of implicature. So the first one, generalized conversational implicature, is the implicature that everyone know what is the meaning of the implicature itself without actually without knowing like specific context in it. And for example, in particular as conversational implicature, it is about implicature that needs like specific context in speaking. So it implicates something like based on the context. Next slide will be filmed by my friend. So the first one is the analysis of the dialogues in the movie of Nemo. So the first one, when Crush said dude, it is referred to the directing, calling Marlin. And when Marlin said like, oh, is slowly walking up, it is part of the react. And Crush said dude, focus, dude. It is semantically dude means like a guy, and focus a verb, and pragmatically dude, focus, dude has like possible implicature that the speaker like repeating or calling their name to wake him up. And also the fourth one, we have like oh, again it is part of like react or replying that the turtle is calling. And the fifth one, we have oh, he lives, hey dude. So oh, he lives is basically in semantically it is oh, it is adverb, he is a pronoun, lives is a verb, hey is like greeting someone, dude is a guy. And here is the maxim is a manner. So it implies that Crush, the turtle, feels like surprised that Marlin is still alive. So and hey dude is part of like also calling Marlin. Next slide. Okay, so here Marlin said, oh, what happened? Um, oh, here means the delay. And also what happened, it is like the writing speech act, which is like asking questions to the Crush. And also Crush said, so the whole thing, dude, it means like directions, like the Crush asked Marlin to like see around him. And also first you were like whoa, and something else is part of like implies the Crush shows like something movements to show to the Marlin. And also the maxim is a quantity. Next one is number 8. What are you talking about? Marlin is actually asking a question, which is a directed speech act. And also number 9, when the Crush said, you, Mini-Man. Mini-Man means little fish. And talking on the jellies means implies that Crush admires Marlin's actions, who is fighting with the jellyfish. And also it is a quality maxim. And when he said, you got serious thrill issues, dude, it is implicates that Crush means that Marlin has a dangerous way to get an excitement. And the next one, Marlin said, oh, it is a follow up accepting what the Crush has said. And the last one, Crush said awesome. It is like a compliment, and the speaker show like admiration for the act that Marlin did. Next slide. Will be explained by my friend.
Okay, so next, Martin say, "Ooh, my stomach." Ooh, so it's violating maxim quantity, maxim that this is implies that Marlin so much hurt, so it's because it's not full enough. And then next is, oh man, not holding on the cell, dude. Okay, just wax it. So it's part of Malin relation when Nohorlin or Shell is mean that Crush implicates the Marlin to not show up in his cell, which is also part of speech, which is warning. And then just like it is implicates the Marlin to relax, and then it's a suggestion to to Marlin. And next, so Martin said, "So, Mr. Turtle, it's Martin implies that he wants to talk to Crush, and it's also overlapping." And then Crush answered that, "Whoa, dude, my turtle is my father. Name's Crush." So this is also part of evaluating, also part of next in manner and quantity. It's implicate that Martin shouldn't call him Mr. Turtle because it's his father name. And then name's Crush is a request to Martin to call him by Crush. And the next Crush, really? Okay, Crush. So it's part of Maxim relation that implicates that Marlin was surprised that to hear their total name because he probably never heard anyone named Crush before. And then next lesson, I need to get to the East Australian current with our EAC. It's part of Maxim quantity that implies that Marlin wants to Crush to help me to get him to the EAC. It's also speech act of requesting. And then Crush said, haha, dude, you're writing it, dude. Check it out. So you're writing it is a valid maxim of manner. This maxim Crush implied that they're already in EAC. And then check it out is part of that speech with is Marlin to see what he does. Can it will be explained by my friend?
Okay, next is the act when Marlin is in Crush shell. The Crush swim fast. So here is the conversation between Crush and Marlin. The first one is start by Crush by saying, okay, grab shell, dude. The yellow highlight is maximum quantity, and it shows the directive speaker implicature to hold into the cell of the turtle or of the Crush. And then Marlin replied, grabbing wah, it shows as the follow up. It re- it replaced by the Crush, haha, writers, yeah. It shows also the maximum quantity that implies that Merlin has held Crush shell correctly and tightly. And then Marlin directly giving comment by saying stop. And next, the next is the event when Crush asks Marlin what brings him to EIC, and Marlin asks for her friend Dory. It starts by Crush saying, "So, what brings you on this fine day to the EIC?" The yellow highlight means the mark, and then the green one means the directive or asking a questions. And then Marlin replied by saying, "Well, Dory and I need to go to Sydney." Gasp. Dory, is he all right? The blue highlight here is answering the Crush and preferred answer. And then the yellow is direct speech act by directly asking a questions. And then reply by Crush. Oh, little blue, she is sub-level dude. The green one, violet maxim of relations. Crush implies that he confirms that he knows which one Merlin talking about by describing that Dory is a little blue fish. And then the red highlight means the speaker implicature Crush stated that Dory is below them. Crush answer not cooperate with Marlin's questions. Is he alright?
So here we got to move to the last scene. So here the scene is Marlin meets Dory. Marlin says, Dory, Dory, Dory. What it means that semantically Dory is someone's name, while pragmatically is Marlin is calling Dory by repeating her name. And then Dory reply by, it's like mumbling. It's a part of reply. And then Marlin say, oh, Dory, I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. It's my fault. So here the green one is directing and direct apologizing. So it has the possible implication that the speaker, which is Marlin, sincerely want to apologize for what he did or decided. And then it's my fault is here as repetition. And then Dory said, 29, 30, ready or not, here I come. There you are. Catch me if you can. Ha 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 ha. So here semantically what Dory said, 29 and 30 is this a counting number, and Ready or not, here I come. It is independent context which related to the context of catch me if you can. It is a comment. So ha ha ha, it's loving. And pragmatically, so here is this dialogue has a possible implication that Dory is playing hide and seek game, and as she counts to the number until 30, so she's happy to play the game by laughing out loud. And then Madeline say, huh? So here Madeline act like he's asking because he's confused. And then we got to the move to the next slide is thank you. Thank you for your attention and bye bye.